Good morning all, I'm Nandhini, working as an assistant professor in SNS College of Engineering in the Department of Computer Science and Technology. Today we are going to see a topic on database management system in concurrency control problem. What is a concurrency control problem? In concurrency control problem is nothing but it is used to increase the waiting time of a single transaction which has been executed with the help of a single node, which may result in delay in the overall executions. Hence, for increasing the overall throughput and efficiency of the system, we need to take several transactions and executions done by the concurrency control system. It is very important concept of DBMS because a simultaneous execution or manipulating of data by several process or users without resulting in data inconsistency will be seen from this concurrency control. This concurrency control consists of many operations in the databases which consist of control concurrency executions with the help of a procedures etc. have been done here. Next is the concept is that we also use here a serializability which is used to achieve this goal. Since all the serialization schedules preserves concurrency of the databases, not all schedules that preserves the concurrency of the databases are serialization. It is used to have much concurrency control in this one. Because not all schemes are preserved for concurrency of the databases in an serialization. Next is in general, it is not possible to perform many automatic analysis of low-level operations because this transaction and check their efforts on databases. This consistent constraints are being used here because if a split up of a data has been done so that the sub databases or a concurrency can be managed separately in many lower level of operations. In the next form, concurrency can be managed separately because some operations besides read and write fundamentals of low level operations and to extend the concurrency control to delay with them have been used in this concurrency control. It consists of databases with simpler techniques. Simpler techniques must be used in these databases. First technique is known as a dirty read problem or write read conflicts. Why it is known as a dirty read problem? Because when one transaction updates an item, the some unconditional events the transaction fails. You are executing one transaction, it gets fails, so the transaction performs a rollback. What is a rollback? We can again send the transaction, we can check whether it has been going to the end or not. Next one creates a consistency in the databases and the dirty read problem comes under the scenario of write read conflict between the transactions in the database because either you can read the transaction or you can write the conflicts through the databases in the system. Next one is a lost update problem. What is a lost update problem? Lost update problem occurs when two or more transactions modify the same data. There are, for example, we have three transactions and then in that three transaction every changes are being similar in the transactions and gets modified at the same time, so which is resulting in the update being overwritten or loosened by another transaction. The last update problem can be illustrated with the below scenario between two transactions of T1 and T2. Why these transactions been done is so if from transaction from start at the end we cannot know whether the transaction has been getting successfully going to the T2 transaction because it can be lost at the center, so it can get damaged, so we are not able to know that whether it goes at the end of the transaction or not. So we have setting a time of interval. Suppose if a transaction gets 5 seconds of a time, if that 5 seconds of a time does not respond any end transaction, then we are sending the transaction again. So at that time we can know that the transaction either gets missed somewhere else. So that type of transaction have been done is lost update of problem. In this read like conflict problem, these creates an inconsistency in the database because that is only we have said that if a transaction gets lost at the center, we are not able to know that. So there is a waiting time to receive for the sender sends the request and the receiver is waiting to get that request. So at the waiting time is being set at that waiting time, if suppose that data has been not received on the receiver side, then it sends an issue to that it has been not received. So we are again sending that thing again. So this dirty read problem and lost up problems have been we are using in this concurrency control in DBMS. Thank you so much for watching.